Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan, and what we are doing is we are going to be previewing every single NBA team to celebrate tip-off week in the NBA. We're going to have videos of every team's, hopefully 10 minutes or less, of our favorite moves, least favorite moves. We're going to talk about questions, concerns. We're going to predict whether they're a playoff team, a contender, a lottery team, or a play-in team. We're going to hit on all those and every single teams. But before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts on your favorite teams going into the season or on the team of each video that we will be posting. With that said, let's get into our predictions.
Previewing the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The Minnesota Timberwolves finished 8th last year in the Western Conference. They had a 42-40 record, and they were beat by the world champion Nuggets 4-1. It's interesting because the Nuggets said that was the hardest team they played all playoffs, right? Or at least during the Western Conference run. I remember them saying something to that extent. But this team is going to be fairly interesting going into the season. Let's get to our favorite moves by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shake Milton and to a lesser extent, Troy Brown. Both of them are almost 40.3 point shooters. One is 37. Shake Milton. I like Shake Milton. I think he's a really solid guard, and he can play the 2 or the 1 or the 2 guard. He doesn't need to put up a lot of shots. To have him play and have sort of insurance for Mike Conley as well. Maybe he won't play as much. He's an older player. You want to make sure he's ready for the playoffs. It's good to have someone like Shake Milton around. And then, Troy Brown as well, sort of that 3-and-D guy that everybody wants. He plays a little bit of defense. He can shoot the 3-point shot. He's long. He's tall. He's going to fit in this team good. And again, this is all about giving Edwards as much spacing as they can on the floor when, you already have Gobert out there. So you got to get players that can spread the floor. And when Gobert comes off the floor, I think that's when we'll see more of a 5-out type offense with Cat at the center, and McDaniels, who's just got his extension. I like him. So a lot of good. I really like their offseason moves that the Timberwolves made this offseason. Any least favorite moves? I don't have any for them. They didn't do a whole lot of, the guys they got rid of is fine. The guys they brought in is fine. Like, I didn't hate any of their moves. I think that the biggest thing I would say, again, this is relative, is just the fact the rumors about capping and trade rumors and trade talks. It's got to be the only thing I could think of. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. You have to shop him, especially if you don't think the dynamic between Cat and Gobert would work, which goes into my concerns, questions, and sort of my general thoughts on the team is really, can Cat and Gobert figure it out this year? Can they figure it out this year? And if they don't, or they can't, how long will the Minnesota Timberwolves wait to move on from either Cat or Gobert? I think that's going to be kind of interesting to watch. What's the market for those two players? Which player would you rather give up between the two? So those two questions, in my opinion, are the biggest that are surrounding the Timberwolves. Other than that, this team has a lot of potential. They're young, they're scrappy. Edwards just came back from his USA run where we saw a lot of growth there, his Team USA run. I'm expecting him to have a really good year. I think he'll take another leap into this year. I'm ready for Edwards to be he's already been on highlight reels, let's face it, but I'm really expecting him to take on that leadership role and really be a good team, leading this team, a good leader to lead this team. I'm expecting that. And I think this defense will be better. I think Gobert will be better for this team. And honestly, if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably let Cat go because you can get more for Cat than you can Gobert. Gobert's fine, and you kind of want to keep Cat too because of his offense firepower. Not a lot of big guys have that, but I just feel like you can get more for Cat than you could for Rudy Gobert. And that would kind of sway my opinion because you're probably not going to get a whole lot for Gobert. And if you're okay swallowing that, that's fine. Let me know, by the way, in the comments down below, which one, if the Timberwolves have to pick one, which one would you say that they pick between Gobert and Cat? Let's get into my prediction. My prediction is simple. I think they're a play-in team that could make the playoffs. Unless if they make a big move, the way the roster is constructed, I don't know about the dynamic between Gobert and Cat is still a little bit, on the fence for me. And until that gets, we got evidence that that's going to work. And I know it worked better later in the season last year, which, is positive. But until we see it more consistently, I just can't trust it right now. Also, the West, guys, the Western Conference is ridiculous. I could not believe when I did this project, I had like 10 teams 8 teams in the playoffs and 4 teams in the play-in or something like that. And I had to like take some teams out. So, but Minnesota wasn't one of them. I think they're still a play-in team. They're too talented not to. I expect Anthony Edwards to get a jump or have another level to him. So that's my prediction, is that they're going to be a play-in team. Guys, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of the Timberwolves? What do you think of their offseason? What do you expect their season to look like? How do you feel about the Gobert-Cat pairing? Do you think they'll figure it out? Do you think it will work? Let me know in the comments below. Like the channel, subscribe to the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.